Okay, good morning everyone. This is Maleshwari from CSE department. Okay, am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you. Okay, today I'm going to tell you about Java fundamentals. Okay, Java is a high level programming language. It can run anywhere. Okay, whereas we compared up to now, we know about the C language, C++ language. Okay, the Java is mostly used to code any platform, to to code anywhere and to run anywhere. Okay, we can use class. Okay, based on this class we have to create an object. The object must be compiled through the computer. Okay, here is the comparisons between C++ and Java. Okay, whereas the C is a procedural language. Okay, we have to follow some syntaxes which is top down approach. We need to create main functions, variables, identifiers. Okay, same as whereas Java also we need to create a main class and we need to call that class with an object. Okay, you understand or not? Okay, coming to the C language, the basic C language is assembly. Based on the assembly language, it is built in 1972. Okay, whereas in Java is built based on the C and C++. Okay, whereas C must be compiled through compiler only. Okay, through compiler. Okay, whereas in Java is compiled with the class object file must be compiled with interpreted interpreter, okay, using Java virtual machine, okay, which is in bottom up approach. Here in Java the pointers are not supported, okay, whereas C is supported with the pointers. Okay, next one is the features of Java. We know how to declare the identification, how to declare the parameters, how to declare the functions in C language. Whereas in Java, it is same as data type. We have to declare for the variables. Okay, what is a variable? A variable is a memory, temporary memory, which stores the data value that has to be declared by using data type. Okay, we have different types of variables we have, which is static variable, local variables, instance variables, like that. Okay, let us see here. To run the Java program we have to use object. What is an object means? If you want to call you, okay, if your friend want to call you, okay, it is based on your name. Okay, based on your name he can call you, like that. Here in real-time entity problems we need to declare the identification for the person to call him. Okay, real-time objects. Abstraction means if you want to run a car, okay, the petrol must be essential feature for to run a car, like that. The highly essential feature to describe an object is an abstraction. Okay, next, Encapsulation. Encapsulation means nothing but a Xerox. Okay, same features, same qualities, like that. Hiding the process. Okay, it must be hidden the process. Means encapsulation means, suppose if you look at any capsule, okay, the inside the medicine is present, like that. Here also the abstraction means a Xerox of the process. Okay, maintaining security for the operations, like that. Inheritance. Inheritance means we have to take the properties of one class to other class. Means suppose the parent class have the same features. ఒక పర్సన్ ఇంకో పర్సన్ పేరెంట్ చైల్డ్ డిఫైన్ చేసినప్పుడు సేమ్ ఫీచర్స్ నోస్ సేమ్గా ఉందని అలా ఎలా డిరైవ్ చేస్తామో సేమ్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ సమ్ ఫీచర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ పేరెంట్ క్లాస్ వి నీడ్ ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్. ఓకే, సేమ్ ఫీచర్స్ ని ఇన్హెరిట్ చేసేటప్పుడు వి నీడ్ పేరెంట్ క్లాస్ అండ్ చైల్డ్ క్లాస్. పాలిమార్ఫిజం. పాలి మీన్స్ same, means many. Poly means many. Forms means, okay, different behaviors with the same name. Okay, we have different behaviors. Means if you call same method, okay, with same name, okay, like that, that different behaviors with the same name we can call the methods in the class. Okay, next, the features. Till now, any doubts? Any one of you? Okay, let me continue. What are the features are having in Java? We have different features such as object oriented. What is object oriented means? Here we can declare everything in class. Okay, how to declare and everything I will tell you. Okay, here we have to declare everything in class. To call the class with class name, we have to declare the object. Object is nothing but an instance of a class. Okay, based on that object name, we can call the member functions, variables in that class. Okay, that's why it is object oriented. Next, Java is a simple. Simple means we can write anywhere and we can run anywhere. We can use different types of platforms such as Windows, MacBook, okay, Linux. We can write anywhere in the Java platform. Next one is, it is secure. It is not secure. Again, I will share my screen. Okay. It is object oriented, simple, secure, robust. Hello. Students, are you visible my screen? everything we will call based on the object name. Okay. Next one is secure. Means whereas in Java compared to other languages, we can secure the features and methods, okay, from viruses, okay, virus free authentication or public key encryption like this, okay, which is portable. Means we can write the code once and run anywhere. Next one is robust. Robust means Java make an effort to eliminate errors, okay, to enhance the compile time errors, okay. Whereas when you are running the program, okay, we will get compilation errors, okay. It must be effort to eradicate, means effort to eliminate all these type of errors, okay, runtime errors like that, which is portable. Next one is, this one is the architecture of Java, okay. For this Wipro training program, for these phases, we have three types of phases, okay. In phase one, we have to write an exam in MCQs, and second phase is logical building questions, okay. For logical building questions, we need to compile the program and we need to send it. For that, we have to run the program in Eclipse, okay. Eclipse is the domain which uh, which we can run and easy to do Java programs, okay. Here in architecture we have 5 steps. In step 1, we have Java source program, we have to write Java code and we have to save with .java extension. And step 2, the .java file must be compiled, okay. After compilation, it will generate one .class file, okay. This .class file only will give to the compiler to run the Java program, okay. Understand? This .class file can only compile to run the Java program, okay. It will convert into Java bytecodes. These Java bytecodes is given to the class loader. It will check for the libraries whether it is existed or not. Then after this bytecode verification, it will given to Java interpreter and compiler. This is Java virtual machine, okay. It will use interpreter and compiler to run this .class file, okay. Next, after compiling everything, the output is generated to hardware, okay. First runtime system, next operating system, then it will give to the hardware, okay. It will generate the output here. You understand? We need to follow the first 5 steps in this architecture. The first step is we need to write a program in .java extension. Next, that Java file, when you run it, it is generated the .class file. The .class file is again converted to Java bytecodes. This Java bytecodes is run through Java virtual machine and it will generate the output. Okay. This is the sample code which we use to create for the Java program. Okay. First, the Java file must contains class. Okay. Class name. In this class only we can write the main function. Okay, the main function should be written in public static void main string args. This string args must be given to pass the parameters to the main function. Okay, if you want to run in runtime, okay, if you want to pass any name or any number, okay, like array of any numbers, array of names, like that, anything, it must be passed through these parameters main function, and this block of code must be executed. Okay, see this sample program. Class, the class name is first program, public static void main, string args is the parameter which I use here. To print hello world, the print function is, the statement is system dot, S is the capital here, system dot out dot println hello world. Okay, this is the print statement to print anything. Okay, to compile this Java program, which we use command line argument javac. Okay, everything you must set up before executing the program. You need to set up the Java into your system and compile once the Java is working or not. Means javac or Java, when you press, it will load all your existing files. Okay, all your library files, inbuilt files, everything, it will be run, and now only it will access this main function. Okay, after this it will access this main function. We can execute by using javac class name. By class name only we'll have to call, because the .java file is, when it is running, it will create .class file. The class file must be generated after class file with the class name. The .class file is created with the class name first program. Then we have to run Java first program. Okay, it will print hello world there. Okay, any doubts till now? Sorry, actually I didn't see whether my screen is sharing or not. Okay, I shared my screen. Are you visible now? Okay, I will repeat again. This is the simple Java program which I have created from third slide onwards. Okay, I will explain from Java architecture. Here, we need to follow the 5 steps to compile the Java program. First, we need to write a Java code with the, we have to save it extension with java.java. Okay, after running this program, it will executed with a .class file. Okay, the .class file is generated after running this .java program. After this .class file only, it will gives as Java bytecodes. Okay, it will convert it into Java bytecodes. This Java bytecodes is compiled through Java virtual machine, which we have to follow. This .class file is loaded into class loader. That class loader can see all the libraries which is stored in .class file. Okay, then it will convert into bytecode verifier. This bytecode verifier is nothing but a machine language. Okay, zeros and ones. This zeros and ones is given to Java virtual machine, which is containing the compiler and interpreter. Both we have to use. Whereas in C language, we have to use only compiler to run the program. Here in Java virtual machine, we have to use both interpreter and compiler. Okay. After running this, the output is executed and it will be visible in hardware. You understand? We need to follow the 5 steps. We need to create a java.java file and compile. When you compile through compiler, it will generate one .class file with the class name. Okay, that the Java bytecodes are converted into class loader. This class loader is converted as bytecode verifier. Here, based on the Java virtual machine, it will generate the output. Next slide. My slide is not changing. Okay. Here is a simple Java program which I have created. For Java, we need to create a class. First, the syntax of the program is first class and class name must be declared. In this class only we need to declare the main function. The main function here we have to declare with public static void main. In this main function we need to pass the parameters which are string args. Okay, string args. Okay, if you want to pass any string or any number to run in dynamically, we can pass here. Okay, to print any statement, here we have to use system.out.println. Okay, to print hello world program, I use like this. Okay, system.out.println.
Madam, your screen is not under share, ma'am. Madam, your screen is not under share.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Just check. Again, you need to click on screen share and.
Yes. You can't start screen share until sir.
Just a moment, ma'am. Just a moment. No, you can do it. You can do it. Select now. Now. Share screen, ma'am. Is it happening, ma'am? Madam? Madam got disconnected. Please wait, students. Just wait for a while. Madam got some issue from her end. Just wait for a while.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. It was visible, ma'am. Now,
Okay.
please share your screen, ma'am. What you want to show?
So this
This is
is
right, right. Now it is fine, ma'am.
okay. Sir.
You can continue.
When I open chart, but it is not. View. How can I view chart, sir?
At top only chart is there, ma'am.
Oh,
At top only will be using chart. You can click on that chart.
okay.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Visible, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Continue, ma'am.
Sir,
Continue, continue.
sir, you can view my chart now.
No, chart, you can only visual, ma'am. No problem.
Okay, okay. Sir.
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Meanwhile, they are asking, sir. That's why.
Yeah. That's right, that's right. That's you can open the chart and keep that on open so that you
Okay.
can answer the questions.
Okay.
Right, ma'am. Right. Continue.
Okay. This is a simple Java code which I have created with the class name first program. Okay. The class name followed by class name. Okay. In this class only we have to write the main function. The main function is declared as public static void main. Okay. Here we can pass the parameters in runtime. That's why we use string args here. Okay. To print anything, we have to use the statement system.out.println. Okay, here in Java, we have to use system.out.println is the statement to print any statements. Okay, to run this Java program, we have to save as first program.java. Okay, with the class name, how you have declared the class name, like that only we have to declare our file name. Okay, class name dot java. Okay, whenever you want to compile this program java c, the command is which we use java c first program dot java. Okay, class name dot java. Okay, after executing this java c dot first program dot java, it will create one dot class file with the class name. Okay, after creating, what is the next step? The class loader is loaded the dot class file name and see all your main, and it will load all your program. Okay, in java bytecode. That java bytecode is given with Java Virtual Machine. The Java Virtual Machine is containing both compiler and interpreter. This Java bytecode must be compiled through Java Virtual Machine. Okay, then only it will, after generating Java Virtual dot class file, we have to create Java class name. Okay, Java space run whatever the statements in your main program. Understand? Next slide. Everyone understand till here? Okay. Now, Java has two different types of data types, which is primitive and non-primitive. Here, non-primitive means we have to use string types, string data type, arrays, okay? User defined classes, everything comes under non-primitive. Whereas primitive means numeric and non-numeric, okay? In numeric, we have to declare integers like byte, short, long, or int. Okay. You already know how many, what is the range of int, byte, short, long in C language. Okay. Same as in Java. Okay, we have to use for floating point of numbers, float and double. For non-numeric values, we have to use char and bool. For character representation, char is used. For boolean representation, bool is used. Okay. Next, these are the operators which we use in Java. Okay, you already know, you already run in C language. Okay, assignment operators, ternary operators, bitwise operators. Okay, you check those operators. Next one is conditional control statements. You already know in C language, whereas if else, else if, nested if, else if ladder. Okay, these are the some examples which I use in Java. Okay, here I am telling the syntax, what is conditional control statements, how to use if statement. Okay, here see, in the first block I used if int test is equal to 5. Here I am taking the variable test is equal to 5. If the test is less than 10, okay, and if it is true only, the statement should be run in the if state, in if condition. Okay, if block. If the condition is not satisfied, okay, it will come, it will break the chain and it will come down. Next one is if else statement. Okay, if is not satisfied, then it will print the else statements. Okay, whereas it is same as C language. Okay, else if ladder and okay, you recall all these. Next slide. Nested if. Nested if means, okay, in the if statement, if it is satisfied, again the if and else statement should be written. Okay, else next, if else statements means, okay, if is satisfied or any number of conditions if you want to check. Okay, different number of conditions if you want to check, else if ladder you can write. Okay, this is the next switch statement. Okay, if here we need to write a condition. Okay, switch and case number. Okay, if you want to see which case, okay, see here, switch name is string name is equal to b. If switch name equal to b means it will print found on Java. If it is C, it will print lapped on Java. Next, this is the syntax for loop. Here, the variable declaration can be done in any loops also. Okay, for int I is equal to 1 also we will give. Okay, in C language we have to give only in variable session only we can declare the variables. Here we can declare anywhere in the class, anywhere in the function method. Okay, like that. This is the syntax for loop. For in I is equal to 0, if the condition is satisfied, it will execute the for loop statements. Here is the syntax for the do while statement. Do means it will run once the statement and again it will check the condition, and again if it is satisfied, then only it will run the statements in the do while loop. Okay, this is the while syntax. While of condition, if it is satisfied, sum is equal to sum plus 1 means until 1900 it will give the sum value and I must be incremented here. Okay, in the loop. Next one is array declaration. Okay, we already know in C language how to declare an array, 2-dimensional array and 3-dimensional array. Here I have some examples to show you how to generate a random variable by using arrays. Okay, how to print array values, how to find the maximum value of an array, how to find the average of an array, how to reverse the values in the array, how to copy those values into another array. Okay, this is the simple syntax to know how to declare an array in Java. Okay, if you want to know, please note it. Okay, here for generating the random variables, I use math library math.random. Okay, here we need to import the math library. Okay, then only import. After importing the math library, then only you can execute math.random function. Okay, here I'm using double as a data type. Okay, new double of n is the variable from up to 10 numbers. I need to check the random value. Okay, I'm using for loop to generate the random numbers and saved in array of a of I. Okay, I is the index value. I think you already know how to declare an array, how the array values are declared, how to print that array. You already know, I think. Okay. Till now, you having any doubts? Here in Java, it is not accepted any pointers. Okay. The pointers are not accepted by Java. To print, to read any single value. Okay, single quotes are used. Double quotes means if any string or paragraph. Okay, Gayatri Vidya Parishad. Okay, if you want to save these Gayatri Vidya Parishad means we need to use double quotes. Single quotes means single character. When you are using single character, we use single quotes. Okay, I will show you some examples how to declare an array, then you can get clarified. Okay, the single dimensional array, how to declare multi-dimensional array. I will show you some few examples in arrays. Okay, then you can. Okay, I will share another notebook. This is the example to print, initialize the integer array to print sum and average of an array. Okay, is it viewable? Okay, here I am declaring class name as solution. Okay, public static void main string args. Okay, for integer array means I used int data type. You need to declare int array name. Okay, you need to declare quotes here. Okay, square braces and array declaration. Okay, for to know and print the sum value, I use the variable sum and average to print the average value avg. Okay, I use for loop. Okay, for int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, here until the array length means what is the size of array here? It will start the index value 0. For array of 0, ARR of 0 is the value of 1. What is the size of array here? 0, 1 to up to 6. Okay, it will print the length as 7. Okay, array dot length value is equal to 7. Okay, until I less than 7 value, it will check and it will iterate the loop for loop. Okay, and it will print 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus until 7 variable 7. Okay, and here the average value is equal to sum by average length 7. Okay, it will print here in strings. We have to use plus operator to concatenate the plus operator to print the value for sum and average. Okay, here I use like this. Okay, do you understand now how to declare an array? Okay, to print the values of an array, for loop statements until n means here the array length. Okay, or you can declare the value 7 also here.
Madam, there are some questions, ma'am. Have you answered?
Wait, sir, I will answer.
The chart.
Yes, sir, I answered. First
Yeah.
question I answered. Ma'am, generally we use bracket for an array declaration, but square braces we can use for array declaration. Till now, no doubts? Anyone having doubts?
Ma'am, can we stop here for today?
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Because it's already 9:45.
Sir.
We will be having the exam, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
EC students.
Tomorrow, shall I continue, sir?
That will be day after tomorrow. EC to be again. I have day after tomorrow, ma'am. Tomorrow is ESIT.
Okay, sir. Okay.
CSIT, as per the schedule, we will go with the other instructor.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you, students. So keep learning from this, whatever madam has shared to you. Please access your PBL app regularly. Okay. We will intimate if there is anything else. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, madam will share these slides. No problem. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sir, నాకు చార్ట్ ది ఓపెన్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్. ఎక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంది మీకు?